Let's run you through the grid very, very briefly. Joseph Reeves-Smith and Zach Bowen lead the field on the front row. Then it's Colin Morris and Max Goldschmidt, 41.66, row 2. 32, Chris Goffin. 93, Jack Darton, row 3. 64, Luke Ogden. 75, Gary Fowler, row 4. Then it's Nathan Durnford and Callum George, row 5. And it's 91 and 46. 40 of Joshua Sheriff and 13 of Ethan Herford, row 6. Lewis Rushforth in the 44. And Richard Hartley in the 45, row 7. And Adrian Smith, 37. Josh Gollin, 12. That's row 8 with Jack Lungley and number 17 rounding out. 17-strong order. So the grid comes around the final corner. The red lights will be on the starting gantry to kickstart our last final of the day as we go green heading into Park Bend for the first time. And it's 3 abreast. My goodness. But the person getting the jump on the others is the number 41 of Colin Morris. So Pip, both Zach Bowen and also Joseph Reeves-Smith for the lead when we went green, as there's a bit of contact a little bit further down the order towards the mid-pack there, coming out of the Stratford hairpin. We're going to the Bruno chicane for the first time. So, I'm just waiting for the drivers to come around, but it is going to be that Colin Morris is leading the field, coming through to complete lap number 1 in TKM Extreme Final. Reeves-Smith in second, Bowen in third. Max Goldsmith up into 4th place now, but Morris has lost 2 places already to both Reeves-Smith and Bowen. But Morris is having other ideas and goes up the inside of Zach Bowen, going into the Stratford hairpin. Makes the move stick before they get to the Bruno chicane. As that's a bit dicey there from Luke Ogden, trying to go up the inside. I think he made a move past one of the other drivers, probably Chris Goffin, I might have thought might have been the one that he did get past. So 8.5 minutes plus 1 additional lap to go. And looks like the number 64 of Luke Ogden is coming under heavy artillery fire. Oh, that was very, very close for Max Goldsmith there. 2 wheels on the grass on the exit of Cafe Corner. That could have spelt disaster for the number 66 there. But he kept his foot fully planted to the floor and kept it going. As the leaders now come through Bruno chicane, down onto the Hangar Straight, as the sunshine helps to bring a welcome racing conclusion to the day's action here at Shenington. Now, we've had a change for the lead. It's no longer Joseph Reeves-Smith with the fastest lap of the race of 45 dead. Zach Bowen gets the lead, and now Colin Morris goes up the inside of Reeves-Smith to retake 2nd position. So running order at the moment is Bowen from Reeves, Morris, Ogden, Goldsmith, Goffin, Fowler, Darton, Sheriff, George, Durnford, Rushforth, Herford, Gollin, Hartley and Smith. So all 16 competitors still circulating. As Joseph Reeves-Smith goes up the inside of Colin Morris, who's just dropped not just 1, maybe make that 2 places. Max Goldsmith nearly goes 2 wheels off the grass, on the grass again on the exit of Cafe Corner, but has Colin... Oh, there's a big plume of... Now, there was something caught in Colin Morris's kart there, which is just thrown out the back. There's a huge plume of smoke from the exhaust of the number 41. And now he's back up to racing speed. So whatever compromised him must have caught around the was very lucky that it didn't hit the chain area, because that could have really caused a major problem and caused him to stop straight away. But that has dropped him way down the order. And that's dropped him to 12th position. Well, make that 13th position for the number 41 of Colin Morris. So whilst he was busy sorting that out, everyone else in front has managed to scarper away So whatever that was caught on the back of Colin Morris's kart has compromised his running in this final. So Colin Morris now down in 13th position as the number 66 of Max Goldsmith is coming under pressure from Jack Darton, Joshua Sheriff, Callum George, Gary Fowler, and looks like Nathan Durnford now completes the top 10. But at the front of the field, Zach Bowen now leads ahead of Joseph Reed-Smith. Luke Ogden hot on the heels of the number 90. Drivers still getting their head down, trying to get that aerodynamic toe. And Max Goldsmith looks to be in the thick of things with Chris Goffin, who might be just ahead in terms of position. So Goldsmith now demoted to 5th place as the leaders have really got away from everybody else. Zach Bowen leads. Luke Ogden now up into 2nd place. Joseph Reeves-Smith rounds out the top 3. Chris Goffin in 3rd. Max Goldsmith and Jack Darton complete the top 6. Joshua Sheriff has dropped from 7th to 9th position behind Callum George and Gary Fowler. As you can see that there are the slightest glances over the left or right shoulders by these drivers as Goldsmith loses another place to Jack Darton, so that's now 6th for the number 66. Joshua Sheriff retakes 8th place. Oh, and there's a spinner. That's the number 75 of Gary Fowler, who's just spun out. And that's on the approach, well, that's on the outskirts of Park Bend. But it's not just Gary Fowler that's so there's going to be a change. There is a change at the lead. Obviously, Zach Bowen leading the race, but Max Goldsmith was also involved in an accident which involved him and also the number 75 of Gary Fowler. So they both are eliminated. Around 3.5 minutes plus an additional lap to go. We're now just under 2 minutes 50 plus 1 lap to go here at Shenington. That's drama for both the number 75 of Gary Fowler and 66 of Max Goldsmith. And you can see there is, well, I just saw from my commentary position Max walking completely the other way, so probably not happy. Funny how even I have a chance to do some social media of my own. Thank you, Alpha Live, for pinging me in their story. Well, we've got 2 minutes plus an additional lap, which will see us through to complete round 8 of the 2018 Shenington Kart Racing Club Championship season here in Banbury. So Zach Bowen continues to lead, but it is not over yet. We have around 2.5 minutes. Yes, James, I saw your Facebook message. This is the amount of banter we have between us. It's quite funny, but it works. What's a little social media bantering between friends? So 90 seconds plus an additional lap to go. Let's concentrate on the top 3. Zach Bowen leads. Joseph Reeves-Smith in 2nd with Luke Ogden right on the pair of right on the heels of the pair in front. And it is less than half a second between the trio. So we have time fast ticking away. Oh, and there's a change for the lead. Well, there we go. Joseph Reeves-Smith has thought, you know what, we've got 60 or so seconds plus a lap to go, and I don't think is Luke Ogden's going to force his way through. Well, he tried on the inside of Park Bend. Can he do something on the outside of Cafe Corner? Not quite yet. Oh, no, more drama for Colin Morris, who is off track as well. As the number 18 of Zach Bowen is having Luke Ogden alongside him for company going into the Bruno chicane. Pulls in, does the number 64 right at the last second. But drama for Colin Morris, another retiree, one of the front runners earlier on. But the top three, you cannot separate them. It's going to be a case of finding out who is going to make that move that's going to decide the win here in our last final of the day. And you can definitely see that Luke Ogden definitely wants to get in the thick of things. He goes up the inside of Zach Bowen to take second place into the approach into Cafe Corner. The trio are quite literally line astern. It's going to be this and one more lap to decide our TKM Extreme final winner. But Reeve Smith placing the kart where he knows he needs to. But Zach Bowen is right on the back bumper of Luke Ogden going into the Bruno chicane. They now come out of the chicane for the penultimate time. Now it's down to the hanger straight. There is some slight debris on the track. Looks to be some sort of wrapping of some description, as that was very close. Zach Bowen nearly went into the back of Luke Ogden there. But here we go. It's going to be a case. Last lap board is out. It's going to be about who wants it the most. Reeve Smith, Ogden or Bowen. Who is going to be your victor? Well, Bowen is going to go for something. He's going for broke right now. He was nearly 2 wheels off the track on the inside of Ogden going into the Stratford hairpin. He's now in prime position. Could this be that we have a grandstand finale to end the TKM Extreme final here for round 8 of the championship? Well, look at Bowen. He's right on the back bumper of Reeve Smith, heading into Wilkins for the final time. Is he going to go for it? It could be the run coming out of the final couple of corners. Who's going to take the win? It could be that Reeve Smith has done enough. Yes, he has, and he takes the win. And it was nearly a 3 across the start finish line finish. 0.13 between the 3 at the front of the field. It was literally like putting them into podium position. Joseph Reeve Smith takes the TKM Extreme final ahead of Zach Bowen, who was on the inside of him, and Luke Ogden, who was on the outside, if memory serves me correctly. Callum George was in 4th place. Nathan Durnford was 5th, ahead of Jack Darton, Joshua Sheriff, Ethan Herford, Chris Goffin, Lewis Rushford, Josh Gollin, Richard Hartley, Adrian Smith with Colin Morris, Max Goldsmith, and Gary Fowler, unfortunate retirees. So you can see just by those looking on the live stream at the moment how quick Colin Morris was looking to get to the front of the field. And this was his move for second up the inside of Reeve Smith. But then drama struck the number 41. He was feeling down at the right-hand side of the kart where the engine is. But then the battling up and down the field was very much full bore and full throttle all the way through the final. And we had some great moves from the likes of Max Goldsmith. You also had the number 32 of Chris Goffin getting stuck in there as well. But then we had the unfortunate coming together between Max Goldsmith and Gary Fowler. Then you also had the likes of number 13 of Ethan Herford making some good moves of his own. Then we had the move which probably could have just decided the top 3, which was Joseph Reeve Smith going up the inside of Zach Bowen and also Luke Ogden over the last few laps to make sure he was at the front of the field. And it was quite literally, you couldn't put anything between them. It was all going to come down to the final lap. And Ogden was threatening, but Bowen was in prime position to strike if something happened. And there we go. It pretty much worked out as a podium, and there were distance between each other as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the racing action here at Shenington Kart Racing Club with myself, Alex Goldschmidt, one of the regular commentators from Downforce UK, the nation's motorsport station. big thank you to everyone tuning in on the live stream. Thanks to our good friends at Alpha Live, who you can find on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Please feel free to find us on our respective social medias, including Karting Magazine as well. So, time now is 17:35 local time here as the sun continues to try and beat down here at Shenington, not too far outside of Banbury in Oxfordshire. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for what new events Alpha Live will be bringing throughout the rest of the season, and hopefully I'll be looking forward to working with them in the not too distant future. So from me, Alex Goldschmidt, from the team at Alpha Live, headed up by Luke Austin and James Fitzhugh. Also, we'd like to thank Shenington Kart Racing Club for welcoming us back again for another weekend. We look forward to being here in the future as well. We'd like to thank the marshalling team, also the scrutineers, the organising team behind everything that goes on, which includes a few of the staff here at Shenington, but also the parents, the teams, the families, the supporters, and also for you at home as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you a very good rest of the weekend here on Sunday, August 19th. So, on behalf of us here at Shenington, it's goodbye from me.